talk about diabetes or BP. Those are generally on the medical treatment, right? Why do we need a crystal healing, or why do we need healing into those particular medicines?
Healing or any alternative healing like crystal healing is not a substitute of medical science, which is accelerated through alternative healing modalities like Reiki or crystal healing.
Do we have certifications into crystals as well?
There are certifications available for crystals that are specifically imported crystals. Not all crystals are mined in India. Some are imported outside of India. We have a lot of medicines also available in the market, but you definitely go to the doctor for the right prescription. That's where energy healers or crystal healers come into picture.
I'm so much interested to know that what type of curious cases you have solved.
I had an energy patient where the patient was going through energy like panic attacks a lot.
Okay.
So just focused 3 sessions of crystal healing with amethyst, and you won't believe it's been about 6 months now that has been no panic attack that. And when I talk about pet healing, there was a Labrador that I treated through distance healing that too. Particular pet had cancer, a liver tumor, and we treated that particular pet out of cancer in just 1 month of healing.
There's so much in the world yet to be known. Hidden modalities of healing. That's where our Pod Talk for today is. Hi, welcome to Growth Pod Talk Show. My name is Ruchi and I have an amazing guest who is going to answer me a lot on the crystal healing. Does that really work? Now, why did we choose this topic is there is something called a hidden healing power. We've got some of the healers who treats us, but with upliftment of emotional well-being. While doctors treat you with the medicines, healers treat you with their superpower energy. And here we have Miss Pooja Mehta, the glimmers of wisdom queen with me, was going to talk to me about crystal healing. Hi, Pooja.
Hi, Ruchi. I'm so excited to be here.
So am I.
Hi.
So, Pooja, a healing modality has. But specifically talking about crystal healing, does that really work?
Yes, it does. But it is very important to know how it works. So crystals are a form of minerals that take about 8,000, 9,000 years to form beneath the surface of Earth. So they carry a certain vibrational frequency, which when in common contacts with the human body, they automatically raise the vibration and frequency of human body. So crystal is basically an energy science. It's not magic, but it is energy science. Our thoughts, our body, the way we talk, the way we act, all and everything is just energy. So crystals are the most stable form of vibrations, and energy is something that is aligned with vibration. So that is why crystal healing is very important and the most ancient form of alternative healing modality.
So when we talk about crystal, which all rocks does it include?
There are about 7,000 identified crystals on Earth.
Okay.
Yet to be ascertained are a few. So each crystal carries a metaphysical property differing from physical, mental and emotional healing, as well as raising vibrations for a particular manifestation or resolving of issues.
You align with their energy and that is why you start healing?
Yeah. So when I talk about healing in particular, so when a patient comes in, crystal healing helps in aligning and balancing the chakras. Chakras are the main energy centers of the body.
Okay.
And they are the reason why we face certain imbalances in our life when we talk about emotional, physical or mental issues, which includes stress, insomnia, diabetes, blood pressure, sugar, lifestyle issues.
Why do we need a crystal healing, or why do we need healing into those particular medicines?
Yes. So, very valid question, Ruchi. One thing I believe is that healing or any alternative healing like crystal healing is not a substitute of medical science or medicines. It is a supplement that aids more healing capacity of the body. So, the body, human body already has a self-healing capacity, which is accelerated through alternative healing modalities like Reiki or crystal healing. So, whenever, let's say you have a surgery planned, and if you perform Reiki or crystal healing for faster recovery, it definitely expands and accelerates the recovery of the patient. So that is how alternative healing works.
Fantastic. So then I have already known that there are a lot of crystals available in the market. I wouldn't claim that they are fake ones or the true ones. But just like we have so many of certifications into gold and silver jewelry, do we have certifications into crystals as well?
Yes, yes. There are certifications available for crystals that are specifically imported crystals. Not all crystals are mined in India. Some are imported outside of India. So we can frame it this way. We have a lot of medicines also available in the market, but you definitely go to the doctor for the right prescription. That's where energy healers or crystal healers come into picture. So we diagnose the energy of the person, and then we energetically program the crystals and provide them with the right guidance in order to help that alignment be brought into their life. So that is where the healer's role comes into picture. So market ma ઘણું બધું available છે, but we don't know how what kind of energy they carry, because once they are mined, they go through huge process of being polished, of being supplied. So a lot of energy is also around crystals. So it is very important to identify which are genuine, which are fake, and whether they are energetically cleansed. Energy healers help you cleanse, charge and program it in order to help you align your chakras or the manifestations you want into your life.
So as much as you told that since it goes via multiple hands and it reaches out to you at the end, is it really also impacting that the moment we keep it very visible to the people at large? For example, if I place it in my office and there are a lot of people who are coming into my office, does that also minimize the impact of that crystal on me?
Definitely. So I'll tell you how. Crystals absorb a lot of energy around your auric field, and the people coming in and out of that particular auric field as well. So when you talk about people coming into your office, and if there's a certain crystal placed there, it will absorb a lot of energy from that particular person as well, apart from you. So it is very important for crystals to be cleansed daily in order to keep them energetically and vibrationally high. If you say you want to attract more prosperity or financial abundance, or let's say success or opportunities into your life, and you've placed a certain crystal, let's say pyrite or citrine, to do the same, it will attract a lot of energy from the people also coming into your life. So you will see that they'll also evolve in their life. So it is kind of a universal energy that you see. But also it is very important that since every person carries a different energy, we keep a barrier in your auric field to keep your crystals protected. So energy cleansing is very important for crystals.
But as you mentioned that you need to cleanse the crystal every day. So do we need to take that crystal to a healer, or we ourselves can do it?
Absolutely, we can do it. It is very easy. We just have to use smoke for let's say either under tap water. If it is a crystal that you can take under tap water, then that is how you energetically feel, or otherwise smoke is more than enough.
And you had rightly mentioned that since the crystals don't oscillate, and we as human oscillate a lot.
Absolutely, yes.
So time and again, the moment we keep that crystal in our space, wherever it is, be it office, even car.
Yeah, absolutely. Car, home, offices, wearing as jewelry, keeping under your pillow, near your desk, it to be around you. More importantly, if it touches human body, it is more evidently seen that they help in particularly reaching that stage faster.
Okay.
But keeping them near you, if you're more comfortable of not wearing it and keeping it near you, will also have the same effects, but in the longer run.
So the process becomes a little slower.
A little slower, yeah.
Okay. And what about the other modalities like Reiki?
Yes. So when I talk about Reiki, it is a universal life force energy modality. It is a Japanese technique where universe's energy is channelized into the human body or a pet or whosoever we are giving Reiki to. So when we combine that with crystal healing, we can say that any alternative healing modality comes from a divine source, one particular divine source that healers believe in, right? Or any person believes in. And we are just channelizing different things in order to create a synergetic effect. So like air and water, both are powerful, but when they work together, equally powerful. That is how Reiki and crystal healing can be combined, depending upon what kind of chronic things the person is going through or what kind of energetic changes the person wants to feel.
So by chronic, do we say that all kind of psychosomatic diseases are better treated via crystal healing or Reiki healing?
Absolutely, because this is a very safe healing modality, and human body or pets for that matter are very prone to energy. So whenever we come in, let's say whenever we use any alternative healing modality through energy, it transforms, let's say gradually, the person will see lasting effects, but slowly and gradually.
It's a
So when you, it's a gradual process. So some people see it immediately. They see certain effects like peaceful sleep, immediate relief of headaches, pains, better clarity, more decision making. That is how you see changes in your human body. And some people take some weeks or months to see certain changes in their life.
Pooja, I believe being an entrepreneur, the world really needs two things.
Yeah.
But I feel that they are contradictory. They need peace and money. I feel they both are contradicting. So do you suggest them that there can be different crystals while keeping them together, because they are again somewhere in the nature of contradiction, but they can be kept together?
Absolutely, they can be kept. So when we talk about the most popular product right now is money magnet crystal or money tree or money magnet pyramid. So of course it attracts a lot of money, prosperity, success, and apart from it, if you talk about peace, so you can combine it with a more positive kind of a crystal, a softer crystal named as selenite, which attracts more peace and positivity. So you get peace of mind along with the money you make. So there are certain combination of crystals that you should keep together in order to get the energies of both. So not to create more contradictions, but to balance both in general.
All right. I know we have touched a little about this question earlier, but I want to know that how typically a result can be seen, since the healing is quite intangible.
Yeah.
So how do a patient or a client understand that this healing is helping me to overcome, or possibly I'm able to see the results? Do they have to wait for typically, let's say, for 21 days or possibly for 3 months to find the results?
So I'll tell you here, every person carries a very different energy. Some people see difference in just 2 or 3 sessions. Some people may take weeks or months, depending upon how chronic the person kind of disease or the trauma that they are dealing with. So energy doesn't have logic, or healing doesn't have a logic, but the effect is always lasting. I'll give you a good example. If somebody has migraine and they take alternative healing sessions, and let's say the person previously before healing had a migraine attack every 2 to 3 days by going into sunlight, weather changes, or some kind of late night insomnia. Now, when you take healing, after 2 or 3 sessions, you'll observe that the migraine effect has come now after 15 days or a month. So it radically reduces the frequency of the disease occurring. So then the person will know that yes, healing is working, and now I used to have migraine attacks every 2 to 3 days. Now I only have once in a month.
Talked about Reiki, we have talked about crystal healing. What about the other modalities of occult science like tarot card, numerology? Are they true?
Absolutely true, as long as you use them as a guidance tool and not just predictions.
Okay.
So when you talk about numerology, it reveals a lot of soul lessons and karmic lessons as well, and shows an energy pattern of numbers through your birth date and name that will follow you through life. And when you talk about tarot, that is basically showing your current energy, your subconscious patterns, repetitive patterns that are happening in your life. They help you make conscious decisions. For example, let's say you're stuck between 2 choices of approaching one business or approaching a job. You will better know which decision will work for you in the future. So I'll say both work in different ways, but they help you make more conscious decisions and empower you rather than just using them as tools of prediction only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in a way that they will be your guiding angel.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
These paths will be very easier for you, but then the efforts has to be made by yourself. Absolutely. That's where numerology and tarot card both gives you a sign.
Yes.
All right. So Pooja, I'm so much interested to know that what type of curious cases you have solved, because you have been right now mentioning as well pets.
Yes.
You have been healing pets as well. You have been healing human as well.
Yes.
Just let us know some of the curious cases.
Yes. So few curious or few favorite cases of mine. One is I had an energy patient where the patient was going through energy like panic attacks a lot.
Okay.
So just focused 3 sessions of crystal healing with amethyst, and I also guided them to wear amethyst and keep it near them whenever they go to sleep, and practice more meditation with it as well. And you won't believe, it's been about 6 months now, there has been no panic attack that the person has.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You are going to solve a lot of depression and a lot of problems that are psychosomatic.
Definitely, definitely. And when I talk about pet healing, there was a Labrador that I treated through distance healing, that too.
Okay.
I've never met the pet, But for pets, it's usually preferred that we do distance healing because pets cannot stay at a place for a longer time. So that particular pet had cancer, a liver tumor, and we treated that particular pet out of cancer in just 1 month of healing. And that
So the cancer just went off and it got
was
cured.
completely free of cancer. Even that particular pet was going through arthritis. It has been cured so well that now it is able to walk without limping.
So this certainly looks like to me as a major breakthrough, because as much as you love your child, the pet lovers, they love their pets just like their own family members. And we have got some major breakthrough because you can heal your pets via crystal healing, Reiki healing, and you have got a lot of modalities. All right, Pooja, I have last question before we move on to rapid fire round.
Absolutely.
And you might be not so comfortable to ask that, answer that question, but I want to ask this. Are all healers real? I mean, they are authentic. See, because we have got so many healers, and I wouldn't want to demean anybody, but how to identify a correct healer for your life?
So I will not say that healers are authentic or not. It is more of intention. What kind of intentions they carry? Are they there as your guiding tool to bring more transformation and positivity into your life, or are they here to make more money just by giving you different solutions like use that, do that? So I'll not question everybody's motive. For me as a healer, I believe we are light workers and we are just universal mediums in order to bring more balance into your life.
Okay, that brings me one more question before we move on to next round. I have seen in many times that a particular crystal would cost you somewhere around $14.99, $21.99, $4.99. The same product are available into different prices. Now, when I feel, it's my personal belief, and when there is something so precious that can change and transform your life, how do they tag those into values like $4.99 and $12.99? I mean, do we also have the purity in those forms?
Yeah, so when I talk about crystals, now since the market is huge for crystals, it is very important to see what kind of crystals you are buying. Are they authentic or they are fake crystals, right? And when I talk about pricing, actually crystals are a form, they should be more costlier than gemstones.
Exactly.
People have more craze of, let's say, a solitaire or a sapphire or ruby, emerald, gemstone. So they don't actually have any, let's say,
limit while buying those.
Yeah. So they'll spend bucks and bucks after it, but they don't have any sort of metaphysical property associated with it. Whereas crystals have a metaphysical property associated with it.
Okay.
So it is very important to know that crystals, yes, certain crystals are costlier compared to other crystals, but they are, and wherever you buy from, are rightly priced and they are authentic.
A fantastic bout of information has already been given, but we are not going to leave Pooja very soon. Now comes the rapid fire round. So here I'm going to ask you questions and you have to quickly answer me in a very rapid way. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Do you suggest a crystal product to gift to the following people? During a housewarming, Diwali or New Year, basically anything that relates to prosperity.
Citrine and pyrite, they invite a lot of success, prosperity, financial abundance.
Lovely. Someone who is suffering from long body ailment.
Green aventurine, it helps to manifest better health. And when we talk about body vitality, then bloodstone.
Okay. Someone who is suffering from insomnia.
Amethyst, any day. Keep it under your bed and pillow and you will see wonders.
Okay. Someone who is suffering from depression or very low on confidence.
Yellow calcite and sunstone, they are the energy boosters, the best crystals to bring in more confidence and positivity and boost to your self-esteem.
Okay. All right. Next question. How to care an energized crystal or a frame or a pyramid?
Crystals should be cleansed through either smoke or tap water. They can be charged under moonlight or sunlight, and they can be programmed with intentions by placing your hand around it and speaking certain intentions that you wish to manifest or resolve.
And what if it gets break?
It's a very good sign. If crystals break or they get lost, basically some kind of negative blockages has been removed into your life and they absorbed a lot of energy that wasn't meant for you. So probably it's a very good sign if a crystal breaks or it's lost.
Lovely. Okay. Quickly, yes or no, manifestations like 1111 portals work?
Yes, they are big energy portals and manifestations work faster during that time.
Okay, then my next question is which are the best manifestation dates in the upcoming year 2026?
11/1, which is January, and 8/8 portal, big energy portals.
Okay, all right. A quick question, a quick answer. Glimmers of Wisdom. Why this name for your brand?
Because one glimmer of awareness can shift your entire life, and a small amount of wisdom will create a spark into your life that can transform your life forever.
Lovely. All right. So when do people approach you?
When logic fails and they've tried everything and they still not are able to find the right answers, that's when they approach me.
So when the logic fails, magic begins, and that's where Pooja comes into picture. And the last question, quick tip to check if a space, matlab your home or office, have a negative energy.
Yeah, absolutely. When we check, if you see plants that are drying up faster, if you've kept rock salt around you and it is feeling very soggy, or let's say there are a lot of arguments lately happening in that particular space, or some kind of heavy energy or negative energy which you physically feel and get prone to certain kind of chronic things too fast.
All right. So we had a fantastic time, and it looks like the time is still shorter. We can cover up this topic for 2 hours and we can call Pooja again and again. But we'll have to cut it short over here. I hope the audience enjoyed this content. And if you have any question for Pooja, you can write in the comment section. Pooja or I will be very happy to address those questions. Meanwhile, if you have liked the content of Growth Pod Talk Show, please do like, share and subscribe the channel, because we would love to see ourselves growing as much as you are growing in your knowledge. Thank you so much, Pooja, for being with us over here and sharing some of the expertise.
Thank you, Ruchi. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.